Whether you're looking for a creative outlet, a way to build a personal brand, an opportunity for personal growth, or to stay relevant and competitive, now is a great time to start. Like the old Chinese proverb says, the best time to plant a tree was yesterday. The second best time to plant a tree is today. The Creator Crew podcast exists to empower creators and entrepreneurs to turn their creative ideas into a reality, providing valuable insights, inspiration, and actionable strategies for mastering the creative process, social media, and marketing. So whether you're a content creator, a marketer, a social media pro, or just someone looking to tap into their creative potential, join me on this journey as we learn, grow, and create together. Let's get started. I'm excited. This is episode 1, and I'm curious. When I mention the word content creator, what does that mean to you when you hear it? Content creator. I think the first things that pop to my mind are content and creator. Two very big and powerful words. You have content, which could range anything from marketing, TV, movies, social media, anything. This is a piece of content. And then you have creator, creating. That is a huge word in and of itself. You have a meaning of a creator as a person or thing that brings something into existence. A couple of examples of a creator could be an author. They write books. A videographer. They film videos. A designer, producer, engineer, photographer. Those are some pretty common creators that they create something and it exists after they create it. Some things that people don't necessarily think of is, my perspective is, any business owner or person that provides a service or a product, in my eyes, they're creating something. So, would they be a creator? I would say yes. So if you're a business owner out there, or you're a person that has an Etsy shop or a Cricut machine, you are creating something. So be proud of that. Creating something is not an easy feat to accomplish. And where the term content creator really kind of got its popularity was mainly through social media. People liked being content creators, calling themselves that. And it's kind of tapered off a little bit. Sometimes being called a content creator could be sort of a negative thing. I want to inspire you and say, it's not negative, it's positive. You're creating something from nothing, and it could be content around your business, social media, your personal brand, really anything. In this episode of the podcast, I want to touch on specifically 5 reasons why you should be a content creator in 2023. Really anything nowadays in 2023 and beyond seem to be going along the lines of you trust people, you have certain people that you ask questions about, you have other people you ask other questions about. So you have maybe a car person that you always go to, and that's your dedicated person that your entire family goes to, that one person, one car shop. You just trust them. That's personal brand. That person created some sort of product or service to fix your car that one time, your great-great-grandma's car, and your family's gone there ever since. I think about the really popular content creators that are on social media primarily. They all run businesses as well, but they create content. People like Logan Paul, Gary Vaynerchuk, and Mr. Beast, no matter what those guys sell, and there's plenty more out there, believe me, no matter what those guys ever sell in their lifetime, there's always going to be a super fan club of them that will always buy from them. For example, Mr. Beast selling chocolate bars, to burgers, to Logan Paul selling action figures, Gary Vaynerchuk with the same thing, with he sold his stuffed animals. People are going to buy those. And they're going to enjoy it because they realistically created content, provided value or entertainment for an audience through social media or content. And these people unequivocally are invested. They want to be a part of whatever these creators are being a part of as well. And I have some reasons why I think it's smart for you, the listener, you're watching this, to do it. You ready? Let's get into it. Step number 1, or reason number 1, building a personal brand. Realistically, it's personal brand. If you've never heard of that, it's just a fancy word for your reputation. So if someone has a really bad reputation, you can kind of say they have a bad personal brand. Any business owner out there, whether or not you like it, you have a personal brand or a reputation, whatever you want to call it. It's been more popular calling it a personal brand, and I kind of like that because you're realistically branding yourself personally. Reason number 1, make content in 2023 so you can build a personal brand, hopefully for the better and not the negative. And it just can open up so many different opportunities in your industry, whether it's lawn mowing, whether it's keynote speaking, whether it's being a pastor for a church. There's endless amount of opportunities to be said if you're creating content online for your personal brand. The next 2 reasons somewhat go together, and they tie in with reason number 1 as well. So reason number 2 is really just personal growth and development. If you're not an active learner at all, I would encourage you to start to try and be one. Start looking for opportunities to learn about different things and learn how to get better at this and be better at that. Because ultimately, I think it can get you places in the long run, and you'll be surprised where you end up at if you really just challenge yourself, really creating content and your personal growth and development. It's going to be a challenge. I'm not going to lie. It's a challenge. Nonetheless, when you come out the other side of that challenge, you'll be surprised of maybe how much you've changed through the challenge and development of creating content for yourself, building that personal brand. And then reason number 3 is if you have that business, service, or as your personal brand, whatever you're trying to market or advertise, you have to stay relevant and competitive. It's pretty obvious that everyone and their mama are on Instagram and TikTok and Facebook. And if you're not on there for your business, then what are you doing? Obviously, you can still have success in the future, by all means, not being on these social media platforms. But personally, and just being a consumer first, seeing everyone around me consuming the amount of stuff they do on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, all the other social platforms, whatever it is, if you want to succeed and maybe bring in some new business in 2023, it might make sense to create content on social media, marketing certain things through Facebook, whatever you think your business might need in 2023. But the ultimate basis thing is creating content so you stay relevant and competitive. I really love how beautifully reason number 2 and 3 really tie together, because creating content for your personal growth and development, but also staying relevant and competitive. When you're creating that stuff, you create stuff, you share your own content, it requires a lot of work. You think critically, you communicate effectively, or if you're not, you get better at communicating effectively, and you should always be open to feedback. With the reason number 3, creating content, you're showcasing what you do realistically. It's that simple. So if you're a photographer, if you're a plumber, obviously there's like some legalities with certain industries. I get it. But if you're a plumber, if you're a teacher, be a plumber and be a teacher on these outlets for your content. I'm not saying that you have to do fancy TikTok dances. No, don't do that. Be yourself and really adapt and find out what works for you. It's different, and always be susceptible to feedback, constructive feedback from people that you like and respect, and just be better. Always learning, and really just it's a win-win situation. Staying relevant and competitive. If your competition isn't somewhere like YouTube, if your competition is not there making YouTube videos, being valuable or entertaining, you win. If you do any sort of content there, you win. A little caveat though, you have to be patient. You have to be patient for this content to work. You're not going to snap your fingers and overnight success. There's no such thing. Spoiler alert, there's no such thing as an overnight success. Because every single person I've met that has a successful business, they have worked their tails off for that business. When people say overnight success, they're just looking for an excuse. They don't want it bad enough. They don't. Moving on, reason number 4 is being a creative outlet. I'll be honest, when I tell people that they should create content, realistically, like one of the first reasons I tell them is you should have fun when you're creating content. Because if you're not having fun, I'll be honest, like some things aren't as always fun as other things, but you should still have fun with whatever you're doing in life. Just as an overarching theme, whatever you do in life, have fun. But use your content in 2023, whatever you're creating, as a creative outlet. Like, there's no ends to being creative and creating really whatever you want. Creating your own content gives you an opportunity to share your thoughts, ideas, and perspectives on life. If you feel a certain way about a certain thing, then creating content, necessarily not specifically on that topic, although you could creatively, like I know, or I've seen it through the lens of social media, but people are able to like live stream really anything nowadays and make YouTube videos about anything nowadays and have a decent living off of it. So if you're passionate about something, don't be hesitant, and realistically, go after it. Be a creative and use content as a creative outlet. The last and final reason, the best one in my opinion, that I think you should build a content creation sort of plan in 2023 and do it, is you build a community around you. Nothing feels better, to be honest, in the world, I think, when you impact certain people's lives that are around you and you are able to hear the feedback of, wow, that really helped me and really changed my life for the better. Thank you for making that piece of content or this content. You're able to connect with others you would have otherwise never met before. And you realize that you guys are able to connect a certain way that you don't connect with anyone else, and you build a community around it. Like if you like bird watching, you're making content about it, and then you might find a group of bird watchers in your area that you never knew about. It's really crazy to see how building a community around content in 2023 could help you. So realistically, if these are just a few reasons to be a content creator, whether you're looking for a creative outlet, a way to build a personal brand, an opportunity for personal growth, or to stay relevant and competitive, now is a great time to start. Like the old Chinese proverb says, the best time to plant a tree was yesterday. The second best time to plant a tree is today. Let's get after it. See you guys in the next episode.